What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Shout out to my girl Nita for letting me know this early in the morning. This was good news. Oh my goodness. I didn't think they had the heart in them. I was like, oh man, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. I am surprised. Texas House Speaker signs arrest warrants. That's several. That's more. That's plural. Arrest warrants for demon rats still refusing to return, baby. Yes, King Slay. Okay. Oh my goodness. You know what? This has been an ongoing saga, and I'm going to explain it to you all. How did we get to this point? And it's been long and drawn out because the demon rats want to be unhinged. They want to be special. They want to break quorum. They want to just say, look at me. I'm special. I'm helping out people of color, which they're not. They're actually just running away like cowards. And I guess the heat is on and they realize they need to return back eventually. So there's a lot of things been going on that I have not been talking about in my live stream news, but I have been keeping an eye on it. And if you would like to also be up to date on everything dealing with politics coming from a right-winger's point of view, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that bar, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be part of the Tater Nation and be part of my family, and will welcome you with open arms. So let's get down to it. Let's start off from the beginning, okay? We understood that the demon rats was throwing a tantrum over the election integrity and basically like, oh my God, we're going to get on our charter bus with the beer. Let's not forget the light beer, all right? All of it, no mask on, rules for thee, not for me. So you peasants have to wear a mask. You peasants have to social distance, and we get to live our lives as privileged politicians. So they had their beer, they had their chartered bus, they got on a chartered plane. I wish I can get on a chartered plane. I hate TSA, okay? When you get on a chartered plane, you don't have to deal with TSA, hunty. That must be nice. So they left, all right? And then they went up and started acting like that they were struggling in their 5-star hotel. It was a hot mess. Then 2 of them came back. Now, this is Representative Harold. He's a demon rat. He had to come back because one of his family member was sick. And then we have Philip Cortez, who also came back. But here's the deal. When Philip Cortez came back, and of course Harold Dalton came back, they refused to go to the Capitol to do their jobs. So that's the thing. They're not doing their jobs. They were elected to do their jobs, and they're still not doing their jobs. So they refused to go to the Capitol. So what happened was, after Philip came back, then this fool just leaves again. Okay, he was like, all right, I came back to do my thing, and I came to get back and get some new draws and things like that. Now I'm gone. Pew! So he leaves, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Speaker Dade Phelan, I think that's how you pronounce his name, issued a warrant to arrest his butt when he comes back to Texas. So when he gets back to Texas, he's going to get picked up by the popo, or maybe the deputy sheriff in this case, and be taken to the Capitol. And so therefore they snitched and like, Mr. Austin Judge, who's appointed by Obama, please help us. And guess what happens? The Austin Judge signed an order to block the arrest of the demon rats who refused to come to Texas. Now the thing about it is that Abbott made another special session recently, and they're like, hey, y'all need to come and do your job. And so that's when they got the Austin Judge to block the arrest, because they want to come back to Texas and not get arrested. Now, the thing about it is, I did not know, because I was under the assumption that the law enforcement officers can go outside of Texas and get them. From my understanding, and if I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section, from my understanding, they can't. They have to wait till they come back to Texas. Now, they have to come back to Texas sooner or later. That's their job. This is where they live, so they have to come back. So then when that happened, 4 of them decided to sneak on right back into Texas, okay? So we have, and by the way, the other was like, where you going? What you doing? Okay, hey, snitches get stitches. You are breaking up the band. Yo, back to Texas. And then this is when you had the biggest surprise of them all. The Texas Supreme Court says it is okay to arrest the demon rats if they don't show up to vote. So what's going on is the ones that returned that are not coming to the Capitol have actually said, we ain't coming. And so they're actually breaking bad. Let me just read this really quickly. So the Texas Supreme Court, the Texas Supreme Court voided a lower court's temporary restraining order that blocked the Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan's authority to arrest and detain the Demon Rats representatives who fled the state for D.C. in July. Phelan and Governor Greg Abbott had asked the court to step in on Monday to overturn the protection order for the lawmakers who broke quorum over a GOP voting bill, arguing the Texas Constitution grants the House the right to compel the audience of its members. In a statement, Abbott's office celebrated the state's Supreme Court issuing a stay of Travis County State District Judge Brad, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name. We're going to say Judge Brad's order. Quote, the Supreme Court of Texas swiftly rejected this dangerous attempt by Texas Demon Rats to undermine our Constitution and avoid doing their freaking jobs that they were elected to do, Abbott office said. We look forward to the Supreme Court upholding the rule of law and stopping another stall tactic by these stupid, filthy Texas Demon Rats, okay? While a handful of Demon Rats have already came back to Austin, more than 24 remain in D.C., with some vowing to continue to fight. I think a couple of them went on vacation to the Caribbean or something like that. So I'm not sure. So that happened, and then boom, baby, boom. You love to see it. You love to see it. Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan signs 52 arrest warrants, baby. 52. This many numbers, y'all. This many numbers of arrest warrants for absent demon rats in bid to end Chambers' week-long stalemate. And here's the video talking about that in detail.
More breaking news tonight. Arrest warrants have now been signed for Texas House Democrats who, as you know, broke quorum and are still away from the Texas Capitol. House Speaker Dade Phelan signed 52 civil arrest warrants this evening, only hours after the House voted 80-12 to arrest absent Democrats. Our J.D. Miles with an update.
The House will stand at ease.
The vote on the House floor was 80-12 to issue warrants for absent Democrats. It came only hours after the Texas Supreme Court cleared the way for the state to arrest and return legislators who are preventing a special session from securing a quorum.
There being 80 ayes and 12 nays.
Hit that gavel,
the motion
baby.
Prevails. The Sergeant of Arms and any officers appointed by him are directed to send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purpose of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest if necessary.
House Speaker Dade Phelan will still have to sign the warrants to use the power of law enforcement to break the stalemate.
They are subject to being picked up by law enforcement and taken to the House chamber.
Eric Cedillo.
So long as they're in Texas, so that's where I did. This is the part I did not know. Long as they're in Texas, they're going to be picked up. So not outside of Texas.
Was an SMU law professor who says it's unlikely any of the Democrats who fled to Washington, D.C. could be apprehended unless they return to Texas.
True, yeah.
A few others have not actually returned to the chamber, but I believe are in Austin or around Austin. So it's those folks that probably have, if in fact Phelan decides to have a call to order, which would allow for the arrest of those individuals that could be found in the state of Texas.
One House Democrat currently in Austin who is at risk of arrest told the Dallas Morning News today, I just question whether DPS or anyone can break down my door to come and put me in shackles and drag me there.
So hold on. I want to show y'all something. This is Miss Vicky Goodwin, right? Guess what, Vicky? Boom, baby. Here go your arrest warrant, child. And then you know, just hold on a second, girl. Do you really think you're gonna virtue signal and act like that people gonna care about you getting arrested to come to the Capitol to do your job? You're not going to jail, all right? You are basically being taken against your will, or you can comply like everybody else, like other civilized individuals, and go to the Capitol and do your job. Do your job. But here's the arrest warrant, and they signed her first. So here's our official Vicky Goodwin, okay? That's this heifer right here, Miss Goodwin. And see, what they're doing is they're breaking bad. They're like, yeah, I ain't gonna come in here and break down my doors. No, I ain't gonna break down your doors. Okay, but you're gonna have to come outside sooner or later. You're a Karen, and Karens can't stay inside long. All right? You're going to eventually go do some errands, all right? It's only a matter of time.
And drag me there.
There is no criminal component to what's going on. No one's going to be charged with a crime in any way. They'll simply be taken, and possibly against their will, to the House chamber. So quite honestly, most of the legislators agree to this. They agree to be held to the standard. It's in their rules.
Only 5 more Democrats are needed in the House chamber to reach a quorum. The Democrats have until Thursday to file their response to the Supreme Court decision. In Dallas tonight.
Here's the thing. They got 5 of them already here. Well, no. They got 5. They got 5. They got 5 already. So they have him. He's already here. That's 1. And then the 4 that showed up that came, I think, a couple of days ago. So they have 5. So if they just arrest those 5, then bring them over to the Capitol, they can go ahead and pass that bill anyway. And I think that's what they're waiting on. I think in order for these knuckleheads to save face, I think they're just waiting for the 5 or the 6 demon rats that are there already to just basically be taken to the Capitol, and then the bill will pass, and then all of a sudden these people can come back and go, see, we back now. I hope these people don't get reelected again. So anyway, this is one of the arrest warrant. It is finally happening. I'm pretty happy that this is finally happening, and yeah, this is pretty good. So we'll see what happens. This is not going to be a long, drawn-out video. I just want to give you guys an update that they have actually did it, and it's a strong chance that that bill may get passed this month. Now, it all depends on what happened with the Supreme Court. I think they're going to challenge it to the Supreme Court. They got till this Thursday, but it doesn't even matter. The arrest warrants are already issued. They just need to go ahead and basically enforce them. And if they can enforce them by today or tomorrow, they can get that vote in. But this is another soap opera type of moment that was brought to you by the Demon Rats, okay? So anyway, let me know what you think. Those of you who are in Texas, are you happy that they're finally making good on their word? Are the Demon Rats more pathetic in your state than any other state? Well, what am I talking about? Ain't nobody Demon Rats worse than the ones in Oregon and California and New York, hunty, okay? Anyway, be sure to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. And I will see you on the next video. Later, taters.